Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. There has been a lot of discussion in the community regarding Judge Stephen Hippler's March 18th court order pertaining to two proposed defense witnesses, whether the witness stated therein was really Cy Ray, not Cy Ryan. We don't know at this point. In looking a little bit further at the docket, I think we're going to learn rather quickly if this was a Scrivener's error, if it wasn't Cy Ryan, but it is Cy Ray, and also what potentially, by making a further educated guess, the defense was seeking to call Mr. Ray as a witness for relative to the current in limine motions. Well, if you look at the case summary page, you will see that the defense filed on the 17th of March a motion to have defense expert witnesses appear at the upcoming in limine hearings on the 9th and 10th of April. That is what the court denied. The order of one day later on the 18th is. So that motion, once it hits the docket, if the court does not enter an order correcting what might be a Scrivener's error, we'll know in that motion if that other witness, I believe, was supposed to be Cy Ray, or if it is really Cy Ryan, who's maybe another expert that they were seeking to call to the stand. If it is Cy Ray, there is a very good possibility that one of the reasons they were looking to call him the defense as a proposed expert witness was to defend against the state's motion in limine regarding the alibi defense. You can read that motion in limine. It was published on February 21st, 2025, and it basically seeks to do one of two things, either prohibiting Mr. Kohberger from presenting any evidence, whether by direct or cross-examination in support of any claimed alibi defense, other than from the defendant himself. And this is something that the state of Idaho had introduced in their motion to compel. Just by way of background, the state on May 23, 2023, while the matter was in Latah County, says here at paragraph 1, page 1 of this in limine motion that they filed a request for discovery, disclosure, and specifically alibi demand. And that is by statute in Idaho that they have to make this alibi demand. The state then says that on July 22nd, 2023, that they filed a motion to compel notice of alibi defense or alternatively to bar certain evidence. And they go into the procedural posture and some of the findings and their legal argument why they are being prejudiced if at this late time the defendant attempts to add to what they provided before. Now, we have done several episodes of our content on the Indie Zone podcast. Look for 452, 453, and 465. They all had to do with this alibi defense and this dispute that had come up between the parties. And we also did some content on our YouTube channel called Whatever Happened to the Alibi Defense, and that was dated January 8th, 2025, noting that it seemed to fall by the wayside. It was something that was argued in Latah County, and then nothing was heard any further. So it's come up strong again in this motion. You can go to the docket and read it for yourself. We're now awaiting the defense's response in opposition. That was filed on March 17th to see what they have to say, and then to find out also if Cy Ray, who the defense had disclosed previously, would provide partial information to support the fact that Mr. Kohberger was not around 1122 King Road. He was several miles away at the time. But Mr. Ray was not going to be doing that through direct evidence, through firsthand knowledge. It was going to be done through some technology tracking him, and we had given our opinion that we felt that that might be a problem. But in any event, we'll wait to see what the defense comes back with, and then ultimately the reply, and then we'll look forward to oral argument on this matter next month, and then ultimately what Judge Hippler's ruling is going to be. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. Thank you for joining us here today.